The word obsession encompasses everyone at Mossy Oak. We obsess over hiding from, chasing, and conserving the critters we pursue. In this episode, we follow Brad Harris as we dive into his obsession of everything waterfowl. This is The Obsessed.
That's pretty. So I started duck hunting. I actually grew up quail and turkey hunting with my dad. We had some Brittany's, and I'd come home from school and we'd go out behind the house, and we were always blessed to have plenty of ducks around. And I remember we went, a guy named John Reagan, he's a game warden, and he asked my dad, we saw him at the farm store one day, he said, "Hey, youth season's coming around, you want me to take your boys out?" So we went out. I think I only filled my waders 3 times that morning, but had a blast, shot a ringneck that I'll never forget that. We were standing in some cattails and single ringneck come in. I don't know how I ever hit it, but I did. And that was just kind of the start of, kind of building the fire there, and that fire just never went away. When I first started duck hunting, it was all about whatever we needed to do to go out and kill ducks. And I was young enough then, I couldn't drive, I couldn't really do much. The only thing I could do was call. And one of my fondest memories of growing up, we were taking state assessment tests at school, but my dad, our river bottom had flooded, and my dad and his buddies were going out duck hunting. And I was about 11 or 12 years old at the time, but they had deemed I was the best caller of the group already. So they actually pulled me out of school so I could call ducks for them. And really just whatever I could do to go kill ducks. And a great friend of mine, Nick Smith, we hunted the public ground nonstop. I mean, every day after school, we'd go before school. Every minute we could be duck hunting, we were duck hunting. And as time went on, we started migrating from the public ground to starting to hunt some private ground as much as we could. And thankfully we had, being farm kids, we had plenty of access to ground, and that just slowly evolved from public ground to beating up the roads to go find them on private ground, and then working on developing our own properties to where we could take our families out and go hunt. It took 20 years to get to that point. Growing up with a farm background, I understand, all the farming aspect of the duck hunting side of property management. Really focused on building places that are 4 to 5 acres. They're easy to manage. The overhead is low per se for duck hunting. And showing people that you can do that. You don't have to have 200 or 300 acres and half of that underwater to be able to kill ducks. We've shown that this weekend, that 4 or 5 acres in a couple locations, and we can kill all the ducks you'd ever want to. It's been a joy to me to go out and help other people and show them that way. A lot of people just they don't think it's feasible.
Lately I realize I'm all alone. From overseas to you and me, I never know where you're gonna go. Since summertime is you seem to shine.
Get them. To be obsessed for me is exactly, I guess, how I picture myself with duck hunting. It is, most people, duck hunting is really probably opening day to closing day, and for me, it is year round. As soon as closing day is here, I instantly start the new projects on all the marshes, all the things I want to change. And that's, it starts draining them to prepping them to plant whatever food source we're going to do, whether it's milo or corn or millet. And just, there's always maybe a little dozer work that needs done. Then it's top dressing all that with fertilizer or spraying, and it's a year-round endeavor. It's not, for me, it's not just opening day to closing day. It's not 72, 74 days or 60 days, depending on where you're at. It is year-round, always doing something, and it brings me great joy. I enjoy doing all the habitat work as much as I do the actual duck hunting. The duck hunting is kind of the end game, to see the fruits of your labor from the summer of all the work you've done. And I just love everything about duck hunting, and it's from sitting in camp with the guys to sitting in the tractor working food plots, to sitting in the duck blind watching the dog work after you just finished a big group of greenheads. I'm Brad Harris, and I'm obsessed.